and breathe into it. Nose breathing is fine, or nose and mouth. Either way, the belly expands and it draws back. Okay, notice where your senses are drawn to. Outer. Maybe the eyes are still buzzing and seeing little lights. See if you can draw your attention inside. Where do you go? Where do you scan? Then see if you can sit as though you are a regal queen. Don't force it. What happens? What happens to the posture? Then check after you adjust your posture if your breath is slightly different. It's specifically the posture of the rib cage, the neck and shoulders, and then how the head is tilted. So you're not forcing it, you're just letting that image of a goddess or regal queen, or some, hot person who walks like on clouds. I know, had to throw that in there. So see if you're capable of then being a column or a vehicle for the breath to flow so freely and become long and deep. And if you haven't anchored your attention, maybe you use a bit of image. Take you somewhere or imagine some scene inside of you so that you can be totally absorbed and engaged and present at the same time.
You're going to come back to us.
So you might want to mute yourself, Callie.
Sorry.
You want to see if you can still remain in the body as you support yourself with the vision, or if it's a mantra, something. Just 3 more breaths. And then slowly open the eyelids. Good morning. That was an attempt to see if we can find our final meditation glimpse in the morning. Hello. So, legs are so, yeah? Take one of your legs and put it like so. So where are you on, a bolster or a brick? Yeah, not so easy, eh? And then you're going to do a little twist, your choice. So you're just going to hold on and reach back for your bolster. So my hand is on the bolster or on a brick. And I'm looking forward. So I'm trying to get the shoulders to turn. You see how maybe I am. One shoulder's in front of the other. That's what I'm looking for. And check your breathing. Today's a slow class, more of a stretch class, yeah? Okay, now we're going to extend that. So take the arm and straighten it on the outside. Look behind yourself and see what you need to do. Can you reach further? Can you reach around more? Can you do something like that and still turn the head back to front? Now, you're wringing out a towel. So inhale. Now squeeze the towel. You're not turning, but squeeze the towel and notice the slacking of your turn. One more time. And release. So again, hopefully this is a comfortable position. If not, you can have the other leg straight in front of you. So notice even for some of us, this dorsiflex here, that this is not so comfy. That this is where we're working too, this ankle. Yeah. So first I'm comfortably holding, and then I'm just reaching back for the bolster. And then you might want to clock back, or you might want to hold your waist, find something that works for you. But notice I'm opening the shoulder. So it's just easy peasy. You can stay with the head forward, or you can look over your breastbone. Go back to your breathing from the beginning. So you're lengthening the breath quite a bit, yeah? Okay, now you extend that front arm a little bit, and then you're gonna find some place, turn around, look behind you, that you can open the chest. Just think about opening the chest, and then decide where your head is, and practice squeezing the towel. When you squeeze the towel, remember, it gets shorter, so that belly needs to really shrink. Twists are a great thing to start with sometimes. And release. We're going to do some more of those, feet in front. So notice here you're in your squat, dorsiflexing. We're going to practice maybe not getting up, but pretending we can get up. So just, oh, okay, that's about it. Like, great. Oh, you don't have to. But if you can get up, that's great. And you're going to go back down. But you don't have to get up. You may be so low that it's impossible, right? So you're just leaning forward and rocking. So like you're rocking like a ball. Watch those knees, Nancy V. 3 more. Last one. You don't have to, I just wanted you to see all the way up and open the arm. I loved it, Nancy V. Okay, now look at your feet. Are they parallel? So I'd like the outer parts to be parallel. You can put your feet together. I'm fine with that. But you want them to be parallel. Okay. Now if you have, forgive me, if you have a brick, a thinner brick is important. Or if you have something that's thinner, you don't want something too thick. So this is to help really understand your Sushumna and to understand where the strength comes from. So it's all the way up in my crotch, yeah? And the outsides of the feet are parallel, that's key. Okay, let's just start with the wrist. So this week we're reflecting the principle again of some basic things some of us went to over the weekend and the other way. So we're looking at mobility and joint flexibility, just getting all the movements. And then flex and bend. So you can put your hands down this way, or you can just do, I like pause too sometimes, because this one right here is tough for me. So I like the pause to make a paw, P-A-W-S, I mean. 2 more. And elbows out or in. We're not doing the 10 and then do the other way. Now, if you want to do your shoulder circles slowly, you can, but I'm just doing them in a nice circle. So we will have to do something eventually. Don't do it now. Just notice your reaction is basically everybody's headless. And then go the other way. Don't change it. Forward and forward to just see what the mobility is like today. And notice if you're moving side to side. Okay, reach the arms up. And then squeeze the brick so it's going back, going behind you. Good. You don't have to touch the hands, but right now just tilt to the right just a little bit. And tilt to the left. We have entertainment, everybody. Breathe. Okay, drop the right hand, going to the right. And you can put the head here, you can put it behind you, find something. I kind of like this where I open the elbow. And here I have to squeeze and poop it front almost. Squeeze it front to really work my tush. So go down as far as you can, that's what we're looking. Squeeze, 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 pull the brick forward and go down as far as you can with these fingers. Now look up maybe. If you want to extend the arm, you can. Overhead, gives a little extra stretch, and inhale up. Check your feet, spread the toes, and squeeze the brick again. Yeah, love it, thanks. So again, going the other way. So I'm just gonna reach. I'm gonna drop the arm, maybe you're here, maybe it's behind, but I'm opening the elbow. Squeezing the brick forward, so I'm really squeezing and then going down as far as I can. And then from here, maybe looking up, maybe not. Extending the arm if you'd like. Really squeezing more, that's the idea, pressing the feet, spreading the toes, and inhale up. You may interlace, you may be here, or you may grab, whatever works. Again, pushing this part forward as we go back, and then just roll the shoulders, and then start to arch from the upper back, from your sternum. Think about having a ball behind your back and you're rounding yourself over the ball, so the low back is not bending. Find what works for you. Now notice the head. I have to double chin myself. And release. The other way, we're not going down. We're just going to roll from the upper back. I can cross my hands across the chest if that's easier. And just feel the spine stretching. Breathe. Let's go all the way. Notice your legs when you go all the way. Look how much they have to work when you have a brick there. And slowly come on the back up. And then grab the brick. Hula hips. And the other way. So really work the hula. So you feel the movement of the leg muscle bones as well as the hip. And I'd like to do something a tad vulgar and go forward and back, forward and back. More forward, forward. Many of us don't go the forward action. Place the brick on your knees and just make circles. I have a foam brick. If you have the heavy cork or the wood bricks, which I do have, it's a pain. And then go the other way. Okay, let's go forward and back on our heels, toes, heels, toes. I'm just giving you an idea that this could be your yoga in the morning. And wow, you know, it really makes a difference. Out in. And then roll your toe and then just do circles. So your toe is on the ground. And I'm just doing 5 each, about. And I'm keeping my breath other side, and I'm keeping my attention inward. So I'm using this time to fill my cup in the other way. So I thought we use the wall today. I hope that's all right. And release. Okay, let's start with the upper body a little and then we'll go with lower body, yeah? So the first thing we're gonna do is like, all I want you to do is this at the wall, and I want you to feel the spreading here. So think you're in a plank. Imagine you're in a plank. What would that be like? And remember, in a plank, we're always telling you tuck. And in a plank, we say spread the shoulder blades apart. So we do this on the floor. Remember, did we do it this week or last week? We were spreading the shoulder blades as much as we can. And notice your head is forward. Take your head back over your spine. Notice you might have lost your toes. So press the toes down. Breathe. How does that feel? Can you feel the stretch in the back?
Yes.
Okay. Now the hands, do not move the feet. Walk them up, maybe not even a foot. Don't move your body. So the torso stays where it is. Do you feel the stretch on the outer arms?
Yes.
And notice what just happened to the back of the neck. Do you need to adjust and pull the head back even more and stand up even straighter looking at the hands? Great. Okay, we're going to like a cobra almost. So you're going to walk maybe an inch forward, walk the hands up a little bit more, and again, push so you're doing like a cobra, which means you're almost looking to the ceiling, but you're not. Can you feel the stretch or strain in the upper back? The
Yes.
upper back and back of the neck are working. The front is stretching. Your belly is stretching. You might want to come a little closer now, just a tad. It's like an inch. Walk the hands up even more. Lower the head so it's horizontal. And really pull the ribs, not back, but away from the arms. So you're stretching. Some of us will have tight lats in the back. And keep walking the hands up, and maybe you need to come a little closer. Do not look up yet. Keep the head a little bit more horizontal and feel as though I'm hanging from a bar. So I am like dragging my palms, and then pull the double chin in for a second. So I'm where am I? I'm about 6 inches away from the wall, and I'm walked as high as I can. My whole body's 6 inches. Breathe. And this time, see if you can bend your elbows and like a sphinx almost, start to arch back. It's not with the head. So give me a double chin. It's just the upper back. Pelvis comes forward. And release. That's pretty bad of me. I didn't even look at you guys. Do we feel that?
Oh, yeah.
So stand about 6 inches side wall. Reach the arm up. Let's get close. Let's get even really close. And then walk maybe 6 inches. Pelvis tucks under, under, under. And now lift the other arm up. And notice the difference. Notice how stretched your side near the wall is versus the other side. See if you can take the hand off the wall and feel the same stretch. I'm pelvic tilting under. Whoa, I got to work that side. Do you? Breathe. Then put it at the wall. Make your adjustment if you need to go closer. Crawl up the wall with the fingers. Tilt that pelvis underneath. Oh, why don't we grab a brick? Sorry. Let me give you help. Grab the brick if you want. Squeeze it. That'll help you, Lee. Please remind me, people, if I'm forgetting. And your arm can be more forward. It's whatever you need to do, but squeeze that brick as you walk it up. This will take strain off the back. And then try to be hanging out here, squeezing the brick, letting go of both arms, and feel how much one side closest to the wall needs to stretch. Breathe. And other side. So this is extending the spine and extending the arms, yeah? So again, I'm close to the wall, whatever you need, squeezing the brick and reaching, walking the fingers up, then reach the other arm up and feel the difference. Now when you can, let go of the wall. So I feel I actually have to be working on the arm near the wall, and where the other one is more passive. And I think that's because the shoulder blade really rotated here. And let's do it one more time, walk it up. I'm gonna have to arch my back just a little bit. Do you? The upper back. I'm squeezing the brick, tilting under. I'm almost looking above, not horizontally, maybe just a little higher up. Let go of the wall. And you're breathing, right? And release. So that's like a little back bend, no? Relax the shoulders. Kind of liked it. Hope you did too. Okay, stand away from the wall. We're still using the squeeze if you want to, Nancy G.
Okay.
And I think I'd like to, let me see. I just think I'd like fingertips. Fingertips at the wall. And again, squeeze the brick, because otherwise you'll be here. Squeezing the brick allows the back bending. Okay, I'm gonna get myself closer to the wall, flatten my palms at the wall, and try to pull my elbows together. Oh yeah. Now try to straighten my elbows and give me a back bend. Look a little bit up. Maybe you need to walk away, but this is like locust position, but my legs are steady, right? Breathe. I'm not looking that far up, Lee. So double chin, and then maybe start to look up and feel like it's in the upper back you're arching. And release. Different class today. We're just doing these kind of stretches and it's static. Okay, let's start working the legs. Okay, so no brick. Let's start first with a outer foot at the wall. Hopefully we have a capacity to see me. So notice the outer legs are parallel. And if you're me, you're doing this, which means this is soft. So I want this to work, inner thighs working. So it's almost like I'm squeezing the brick, right? Good. And I would like hands on the hips, and I'd like, again, to back bend upper back. So double chin and back bend upper back. So you don't have to move your hips. It's just the upper back. I'm putting my shoulder blades on a shelf, but my face is still looking forward. Can you squeeze like you have a brick? Big toe mounds pressing. And then slowly go to flat back. So as you flat back, you did all that extension. So pull the ribs off of the hips and flatten yourself. So can you flatten and put your forehead on a shelf? So now what is working? Pull the navel in and the ribs in. Good. And go even further down a little bit, like 45, and squeeze the brick. Imagine you have a brick. Good. Come on up, inhale. Turn your outer leg out for warrior two. Hand on the wall and find your warrior two. All right, so here, back arm, straighten it if you can. So whatever you can do to do that, and get the shoulder blade in the socket. So notice I'm rolling, put that shoulder blade in the socket and reach that front arm. You don't have to look forward. In fact, if you look over your sternum, your shoulders aren't even. So get the shoulders even, and then if you want to look over, bend that front leg as much as you can. Keep going. I notice some of you, that knee's going forward, let it go back. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and hold for 2 breaths. Inhale, straighten. Okay, we're going to do triangle this way by walking up the wall. Walk up the wall, walk up the wall. Don't lose the wall. Do not lose the wall. Reach the hand down as far as you can. Reach the hand, and then let go of the wall as you go down. So you're pulling like you have a rope at the wall. Push the foot into the wall at the same time. Stretch. That's all I'm asking you to do, is stretch all your limbs. This foot's going this way, leg, that's going that way. I'm pulling my arm like someone's pulling it, and this one too. You don't even have to touch your leg because it's really the back leg is stable. And inhale, coming up. Did you feel that one? Any interest in doing that one again? I'm going to take this foot, if it's uncomfortable, and move it forward. I can't see some of you. I see that that leg might be too far back. Let's do it again. So I'm going to squeeze these legs and push this leg out and that one there. So I don't even need to hold on. So I'm going to make fists. You do what you want. And I'm going to pull a rope at the wall, holding that and pulling my shoulder. And I'm going to reach a rope at the other end on the floor. Relax your head. And if you need to turn your body, whatever you need to do, pull the rope as you do it. Breathe, push the wall with the foot. Big breath. Inhale, come on up. Okay, turn the back leg in. Little different. Big toe or the toes at the wall. So I'm going to tuck that up. And I'm going to do a lunge. So back heel is off. Hands are at the wall. And I'm going to keep turning that back hip so it's square. You can put your hand on it. And then see if you can put that back heel down. Ooh, pretty tight, huh? So put that back heel down. I'm going to look underneath me. So I'm looking down to the floor. And I'm looking to see that back leg. Is the outer foot parallel to the mat? Is my knee tracking over my second and third toe? And is my hip totally turned? And then I look back to the wall. And then I try to just bend that front leg and straighten my elbows. Can you feel that stretch in the back leg? Yes? Breathe. Let me know if you don't feel that. Up and down on the toes. Roll up on the toes. Inhale. Roll down on the toes. Roll up on the toes and down on the toes. Straighten your front leg. Walk your hands up the wall and butt goes back and square your hips. Do not look down. Look horizontally at the wall and put your head between your arms. Breathe. Walk both hands like you're going to do a revolved triangle. So first thing, front foot, big toe, press that and walk the hands over like you're going to do a revolve. I'm going to go down to my forearm, slide the forearm down and use the other arm straight and imagine. And if you want to put that arm down toward your thigh, calf, you can for a revolved triangle. But the back heel is on the ground, a little bit different. Breathe. So you're playing with revolved triangle, but keeping that back hip turned out. You don't want it to turn in. And then slowly come out. And release. And Tadasana. We haven't done this in a while, have we? Okay, shall we try the other side? So I'm really liking, I'm gonna have to be here. I'm really liking pressing this outer heel in the wall for my wide leg forward bend. And then again, just arch back a little bit. But notice what you're doing. Are you thrusting your hips forward? Or are you rolling the shoulders, putting the shoulder blades on a shelf, double chin? It's like you're doing Ustrasana or camel. And then come to flat forward. Squeeze the inner brick. Squeeze the inner brick. So flat forward, you got to remember you're on a shelf. So lift the ribs up. Let the forehead come down to the shelf and press the heels out and squeeze the inner thighs. Breathe. Go down a little further. Arms can be wherever you like. Again, feeling the strength of your inner thighs being stretched. And work. Inhale, come back up. Warrior two. So I'm simply going to put a hand at the wall and try to straighten that arm. I have my mat the wrong way. And the first thing I'm going to notice is I'm cockeyed. So if my arm's out and I turn my chin over my sternum, I am turned. So I need to turn my shoulders square again, open my front knee, feel the back shoulder blades working, yeah? Okay, straighten the back arm if you can, and you're going to work on bending the front knee. So you're really working on getting into a big warrior two. What do you need to do? Breathe is one thing. Squeeze the triceps. We forget about those. Yeah. Look over the hand if you haven't. Inhale, straighten. Okay, going for triangle, but first we open the arms. Hand at the wall. Reach out. So stretch the arms apart. Now reach the front arm while you're still at the wall, as much as you can, and then you have to come off. Now push the back heel at the wall so you're stable, push. And then you can stretch the arms like you have a rope at the top and you have a rope at the bottom. So pull both ropes to stretch your arms away from the center line. That's how Mr. Iyengar would teach it. And the legs are the same thing. Breathe. The limbs are working a lot of effort, but easily. And inhale, coming up. So by having the back heel at the wall, you're so stable, yeah? Questions anytime. One more time. Here we go. So this time, check that front leg. If you want, move it in this direction, because that might be more comfortable for you. So again, arms wide, stretch your legs very strongly, and then start to reach the back arm, front arm and back arm. So pull the ropes and push the legs apart. Relax the neck. Effort, but no effort. You can hold on to the calf, not a problem, but think about pulling. You're still pulling something. Breathe. And inhale, come up. Turning toward the wall. I'm going to turn the back leg in, front toes up the wall, and then see if you can put the back heel on the wall, on the floor. Again, questions anytime. Hands up the wall, and I'm going to look back at my back leg. Is my foot parallel? Is my knee tracking? And check my back hip. Is it turned in or is it starting to roll out? Okay. Then bend the front knee in the front. And hands can be straight at the level of the shoulders and press to get that back heel and back leg stretch. So this is the way we can practice, you know, some of these standing poses, but use the wall. Okay, walk it up and straighten both legs. Pull the hips back and pull the ribs back. I'm going to look horizontally still. Feel the shoulder stretch. Notice you might be rolling out on the front leg, so press the inner toe mound and inner heel. Okay, now we start to turn. Walk the hands, so we're doing like a revolved triangle. At the wall, maybe you use the forearm and pull it down. Maybe you want to put your hand on your calf, but I'm using the wall the entire time and feeling the diagonal body line stretch. Relax and breathe. And slowly coming up, stepping away from the wall and standing in mountain. Some big ones, yeah? Let's see how our little flowy sun salutation looks. Now remember, when we were at the wall like this. This was our plank pose. So let's try to mimic that in our body. So if you need your bricks, we'll bring them. You could even go so slow and actually practice with the brick and then let it go and then bring it back in. You could actually practice with this and then take it out, take it in. It's the whole thing. So please start to make it your own. So imagine you have a brick and squeeze. So take your arms up, inhale, Let's do one thing here. Let's make cactus, but your palms are facing each other. So now just squeeze the elbows back 4 times and squeeze the brick that you don't have. 2, exhale. 3, you feel those muscles? 4, those are going to be the ones that help. And 5, exhale, reach the arms up. Inhale rather. And exhale, arch back. Upper back, the upper back that's bending. Nothing in the lower back here. Forward fold, you can do half or you can roll down. Find your length. Make sure your hips are bending first. So if you need to bend your knees, go ahead. Use your bricks here if you'd like. Lunge back the left leg. Knee comes to the ground. Front knee goes forward. Notice the belly is slack, so exhale. Draw the navel in and lift the head and chest up on your fingertips or on the block and lunge forward. Shoulders pulling back and down. I'm even going to press down on the top of the back foot, lift my knee off a little bit and stretch even more and use my core. Breathe. Find your plank pose. Exhale. Set it up. Set up your wrist so that you're not on that joint, that you're more over the webbing part. Your navel is up. A dowel could be put on your back. Breathe. Squeeze the quads so much that you push the heels back. Lift the belly or lift the ribs up just a tad under the armpit. Walk the feet back a tad, drop the knees. So you're dropping your chest and your chin. Elbows go toward the body, slowly, slowly, slowly. Buttocks up. And lower the buttocks. Exhale. Some form of an arcing, tops of the feet down. Sphinx pose, or you can work on cobra, baby cobra or bigger cobra, or up dog. Feet are parallel. Exhale down. Child's pose to down dog or down dog. Exhale. Again, outsides of the feet parallel. You may turn your hands out to help your shoulders. Dangle. Feel as though someone's pulling, you're hanging from your bend in the hips. So feel that stretch that we just practiced before. You can decide to take your left leg up and bring it forward, or drop your right knee, pull the left foot in between the hands. Lunge forward. Again, notice the belly is not active. Pull the belly and ribs in, lift the torso, and get a little bit of an upper back arch. Fingertips, just the fingertips. It's not the neck arch. The neck is not what's doing it. You can look down. It's in the upper back. Breathe. Tough one here. Plant the fingers, standing forward bend, exhale. Breathe. Use the belly to help you. Inhale, coming up. Reach the arms above, like you were at the wall. Outsides of the feet parallel, strong legs with the brick. Arching, upper back only, like you're putting the shoulder blades on a shelf. Can you feel the wall on the outsides of your arms pulling? Exhale, palms together, Tadasana. Breathe. Arms down. Big toe mounds together. Find your best Tadasana this morning. Eyes can be open or closed. Can you feel a bit of firmness in your buttocks, outer thighs, front thighs? They are supporting you here. The upper body is so relaxed because of that. Arms reach to the side, cactus, palms facing each other. Pull the elbows back 3 times, exhale. This time, keep them here and arch back. Squeeze the brick imaginary and just arch the upper back. Thumbs go down to the floor. Now you're getting some support there, not to bend so much from the low back. Palms together, forward bend, exhale. Reach, reach, reach. Bend the knees, chair pose. So squeeze the imaginary brick, buttocks back. Arms can go back, I'm fine with that. Navel up. If you'd like, sweep the arms around. Sit in that chair way back. Exhale, forward bend. Left leg lunges back.
No,
Step
right,
back.
right.
Thank you. Love you. Outer legs parallel, knee down, top of the foot, and again, make the adjustment. So how do I do that? I pull my hands closer to my ankles. I pull my pelvis forward and lift the sternum. So I'm dragging the back leg and I'm dragging my shoulder blades down the back. Plank pose, we're adding on a little bit here. Knee plank or full plank. So you're just going to sidestep your legs. Right leg goes to the side, left leg goes to the side. 3 times. Right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Side plank, you can drop your left knee and go to the side this way, or full plank and hold. Can you be over the tricep and squeeze the tricep? Many times we're not using the tricep. This is that arm right there. And then come back to your plank. Side plank. Maybe you start on the knee and look down and squeeze the upper back, shoulder, tricep area first before you go into your full plank. Work, don't get into the joint so much, get into the muscle. And plank. Here we go, tuck it under. You can go into your full vinyasa, or we're gonna take the knees down, chest and chin, elbows back, hold, hold, lower the belly. Sphinx or take it to up dog. Feet parallel. Slowly come down. Elbows back. Downward facing dog, exhale. Check that the outsides of the feet are parallel or the heels are more out even if you'd like. Really work away from your hands. Press the hips back. Press the calves back. Feel a dimple in the upper back. Right leg forward, exhale. Oh, sorry, you can do it that way or drop the left knee and right leg forward. If you'd like to do it the modified way. So again, notice the belly is relaxed. So tuck it under, drop the shoulder blades, lift even higher. Standing forward bend, exhale. Chair pose. Reach the arms back and reach them around and rise up, inhale. Palms together. Release the hands. Lovely. All right, let's come down, and you need your bolster and you need bricks. So let's be near a wall. So I'm still, yeah, I'd like to do this. Let's be near a wall before we get down. I'm going to sit on the bolster, and I'm going to be so that I can put my hand against the wall. Yeah, or a couch. I'm okay with the hand on a couch. So legs are straight. So you can sit on bricks or a bolster, whatever works for you. Cradle the right leg. I'm going to grab the ankle, and I'm going to put it on the upper thigh, arch my back, and I'm just going to give myself a little twist here. Come back, take that foot, extend it with both hands, push the foot into the hands, and pull the hand. So pull the foot and then push. Pull the foot and push. So I'm really pulling it in. Then I'm going to take the opposite. So it's my left hand. Maybe I can straighten the leg. I'm going to keep it bent for now. Find the wall, bent elbow if you want, and try to straighten, if you can, that front leg. Maybe it doesn't straighten. That's fine. See what kind of twist you can get. Again, relax the chin so it's over the sternum, not behind you. So you don't need to straighten the leg. You can totally keep it bent. You can hold the outside of the calf. And release. Take a breath. Other side, cradle. Place the foot on the upper thigh. Little baby twist. Grab the foot again with both hands, so my knee can be in my shoulders, and try to keep the back straight and push into the foot and pull. Push and pull. Push and really pull, 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 pull. So I want to pull too. And then hold it with your right hand. You can hold the foot, hold the calf. The calf is fine, so I'm holding my calf. Find the wall. Your chin is over your sternum, and then see if you can straighten. You can practice straightening. Maybe you just want to bend and straighten. Maybe you don't want to hold it straight. The chin is still over the sternum. It's the shoulders that are twisting, and the navel is squeezing. And release. One more, sit back on your bolster, wide leg. So I'm really on that bolster or brick as much as I can. Brick is fine. And then hands on the knees or the shins and just lean forward, feeling the inner thigh stretch. And release. Okay, come off the bolster, onto your belly. Almost there. Forearms in front of you, palm on top of palm, forehead on top of the hands. Bend your knees, feet like they're planted on the ceiling, tuck the pelvis under. And you're simply going to kick the heels out and back. or the feet out and back. So out and touch. Tuck the pelvis under. Very important to keep the pubic bone on the ground. You're working on internal rotation here. Many of us, it's very limited. From here, windshield wipers, so they may not go very far. Your wipers don't go far down, so keep your hips on the ground if you can. Let's hold one side and stretch. Keep the pubic bone on the ground. And then other side. Straighten the legs. Roll to one side, arm underneath the head. Take the top leg, straighten it to the ceiling, and then place it behind you. Oh wait, hold on. Place it in front. Bend the back knee. Hopefully some of us can reach either the clothes, the heel, or something. If you can't, let me know. Now push the back thigh into the front foot and pull the front knee back. Can you kind of get this? So you have leverage here. If you don't, use a strap. Let me know if you're not getting it. So you're working again an outer rotation of the front hip, and you're working on the quad of the back, or the, and release. Other side. So today was not a hard class at all. We didn't get a whole lot going. So now, again, on your side, top leg bends, puts it in the front, and the back leg. And the idea is pressing the front foot against that thigh and pulling toward your buttocks. So it should feel safe for your hip and back. Breathe, soften. I found some of these stretches and this work was very relaxing for me. And then release. Great. And let's start to do some of our inversion, but I'm going to start on my back. So I'm going to bring a bolster if I need it. And I'm going to put my hips on the bolster and lie back. Straighten my legs. You can use bricks, but just feel. Now the bolster, you have to decide, like with a Lee and a me, maybe you go way down on the buttocks, with the bolster. Slide so that you don't feel the low back pinching. Baby back bend here. Now, if we were smart, we would we would put a strap around our thighs and our calves to keep our legs in parallel. Again, if it's too much, keep sliding off the bolster or the brick. So you're not letting your legs flop out. That's the key. Bend your knees. Heels close to the bolster. Hands underneath the bolster. So my palms are underneath the bolster. And then lift your hips up. Press the arms down. So I'm just doing a bridge and I'm really trying to stretch the front body. And release. Knees into the chest. I still have my hands underneath. Roll the knees to one side of the bolster. And I'm really going to let them go all the way. So I can even straighten the top leg. You can leave it or not. And then the other way. Big breath. You could either just do legs up the wall here on the bolster, just hang the legs up, or we can go to a plow and then to shoulder stand, but find what works for you here. If you're at a wall, you can use the wall for your plow. You can also go back to the supported back bend as your final pose too. Deep breathing. Check your feet outside to the feet, not turning out. And then if you're in shoulder stand, coming down, plow. If your legs are up, you can go back to a little back bend if you'd like, letting the legs go to the floor. Your choice, you can then bend your knees, push the bolster off of your buttocks, cross your ankles, and do a cross-legged on top of the bolster, or straight-legged. Bend your knees and put your knees together over the bolster. That's okay too. Or come and sit up. Up to you. I like actually even the feet on the bolster is okay too, and the knees together. You have more of a back on there. And then find your final position. It could be your Shavasana or it could be seated. Using a blanket, clothes. So if you're on the ground, you're letting go completely. If you're seated, find that again regal posture that supports the moving of the subtle body energy through the channel. Get hooked into your breathing, and if you need to soften somewhere, do your body scan to do that. You are water and space, always expanding. always hooking up to the greater space, the vaster ocean, the larger field of energy from which all things are a part of. Dissolving the individuation, little me, into the galactic reality of being. Every time you come back to self-consciousness, you let go into that vast space or water ocean. You let go of any gripping, any center. You just flow with. And slowly coming back to the body, inhaling. Maybe using the hands on the body for grounding or palms to the chest. Turn the outer perceptive eyes inward and ask again, since you are a container, a vehicle, what is the deeper calling? What is the deeper request? What is the spirit saying? Listen to that voice. Let's bow our head in gratitude and let us send out a wish that others look inward, finding strength, support, truth. And inhale for Om. Om.